Hey guys, welcome back to my channel again. My name is Arslan and today we are on day 9th of building the problem solving skills with the help of Python. Now if you are very new to this channel, very new to this playlist, let me give you a very brief introduction of what this playlist is all about. In this playlist, we have been building problem solving skills with the help of Python and we have been using different data types to do so. We started from a string, then we moved on to integer, then we moved on to the boolean, and right now we are focusing on list. And in the future, we will be covering each and every data types that is there inside a Python. Now, this question we will be doing, and just before starting to solve this question, guys, do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, press the bell icon button, and bookmark the playlist so that you can get the updates from the channel. Now the question says write a Python function called nested list sum that takes a nested list of numbers as input and returns the sum of all the numbers in the nested list. Assume that the nested list only contains integers. Alright, so what we have to exactly do here is we have to suppose take one assume we have to make one assumption that the element should be only integer. All right, and we have to return this sum. Now this is not a list, means it is exactly a list, but the trickier part here is that it is list inside a list. All right, so there are three lists inside a list. As you can see, if you just add all the elements, and the elements inside the list are 1, 2, 3, and in the second list it is 4 and 5, and in the third list it's 6. So we have to add all of these elements. So if we add all of these elements, it will be 1 plus 2 will be 3, 3 plus 3 will be 6, 6 plus 4 will be 10, 10 plus 5 will be 15, and 15 plus 6 will be 21. So that is how exactly we have to solve this question. But the trickier part here is that we have to go through a nested loop, nested list exactly. Now what exactly we have to do, we have to first of all create a function as we do all in the question. Now this is a very interesting question and I want all of you to just pay a very nice attention to this question and be very focused, because the each and every point I will be mentioning here, it will be worth watching, and it is very important to just look at and understand this question very carefully, because this question will really help you to build your problem solving skills. And Now if I take a nested list sum, so I have to take a list here. All right, so I take as a list as my nums. Let's suppose I take nums, and we have to make one assumption here that this list is only contains integers. So this list only contains integers. Now before I write the logic, let's just pass for this value, and I will be raising this pass in the future. Now just print this function uh, for containing the list that is exact replica of this. So I'll be just copying this and pasting it here. Now we know that we have a list as like this. Now to go through each and every element, first of all we have to go inside this list, right? Now to go inside a list, what we have to do here is we have to create a loop, right? Now first of all, before creating a loop, we have to create a variable that will be just counting the sum, and that variable will be initialized by 0, right? Now this, let's suppose this is sum which is equals to 0, and we will be returning this sum. Now if I return this right now, of course we will be getting 0 as our answer. Now that means that we have to keep incrementing this sum with by adding each element inside the list, right? The logic here would be we have to keep incrementing this sum variable by the numbers which are present, by the items, by the numbers elements inside a nums, right? Now why how we will be going through it, what's my approach will be. So to do so, I have to create an iterative approach that will be to creating a loop. So I'll be saying that for I in range starting from 0, so I do not have to mention 0 here. So I'll be just writing len of nums, right? Len of nums, I will be just iterating till len of nums, and if I print I will be getting 3. Why I'll be getting 3? I'll be just explaining to you why I'll be getting 3. So I'll be getting 0, 1, 2. So uh, and if I just want to take 3 here, I'll be writing sum is equals to I, and if I return sum right now, I'll be getting 3. Now why I'll be getting 3, I'll just explaining it to you in a moment. It's saying 0. Why it's saying something like this? Oh, I have written 0. I have to return sum. Now finally it will be returning 3. Now why it has come to be 3? The logic here is says that, see, if I how many elements I have inside my first list. This is my first list, which is highlighted in blue. Let me just zoom in here so that you can have more focus here. Now what we are doing here is, while we write for I in range len nums, we say I is what? I is this. I is our blue. This is our blue list, right? And the element inside this are i's. This is the I is equals to 0, this is I is equals to 1, and this is I is equals to 2. All right, now if I say sum plus is equals to I, which means that I am adding the indexes, right? So this is I plus 0. All right, then sum plus, it will be in the first iteration, it will be sum plus 0. In the second iteration, it will be sum plus 1, and the third iteration it will be sum plus 2. So ultimately we'll be getting 3. Now I hope you have understood that what we did here is, we have just taken list, and this is list inside a list, right? Now to tackle this question, first of all we have to understand, let me just put some extra spaces so that we should know how, means you should know that what exactly I'm trying to make a point here. Now this one which is highlighted in, which I have pointed in the blue, this is this blue list which I have taken here, is our list, right? This is our nums list, and inside that list we have 3 lists, right? One list, list 1, list 2, and list 3, right? We have 3 lists. Now these 3 lists, if I say I, which what are I is nothing, they are the indexes. This is I is equals to 0, this is I is equals to 1, and this is I is equals to 2. That is what I am seeing. Now if I say sum plus is equals to I, which means that I am adding the indexes. All right, now this part we have understood. Let me just comment this. Now what exactly we have to do? We have to make a logic. Now what logic we will be just applying here? We have iterated through the indexes, means each element we have iterated. Now I have to iterate through the indexes of the I. All right, what I am saying, first of all we have gone through the numbers. First of all we have gone through the nums list, and inside that num list we have got 3 lists, right? We have got 3 lists. Now in those lists we have numbers that we want. Now to get those numbers, what we have to do, we have to first of all go through a list which is nums, and we have gone through that through for I is in range len nums. Now what we will be doing here is, we will be checking these numbers inside the list and inside the list. Now to check, we have to check these numbers, we have to go inside a list which is nums. Now this is nums, this is I is equals to 0, this is I is equals to 1, this is I is equals to 2. Now we have to go also through I, and also inside I we have to go through, right? First of all we have gone through I for using for I in range. Now we have gone inside I, we have got I is equals to 0 also, we have got I is equals to 1 also, we have got I is equals to 2 as well. Now to go inside this we have to create another loop. So to create another loop, I will saying that, let's suppose I take for j in range. Now the range here would be nothing, it will be the range of the I, right? So I will be saying that for j in or I can just say instead of taking range, I can take directly for j in I, and I are my indexes, but that they are number. So we have to means I are a list, right? So instead of taking this, if I say that, what I can say that range I, and if I print j for you, let's just suppose I print j for you and run for you, so you can see that I'm getting 0 0 1 and 0, which means that I am getting the numbers which are 0 0 1 and 0, which means that we are not getting our correct approach. So what approach we have to apply here is, see guys, what we have to exactly do here is we have to go inside list, inside a list. This is our nested list question, so we have to see it very carefully. Now this, if I say for j in range I, so I range is 3, right? I mean to say that the range of I is 3, so 0 1 and 2, and it will be starting from this like this. Now if I say I is integer right now, right, so it is an index of nums. So instead of this, if I say nums I and I just write indexing of this I, which means that I am looping inside a list, and I is my iterable, means it's an index and it will be iterated each time it goes inside a loop. And if I print it now, you can see that I am getting what, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 0, because I am returning this. If I just remove this return from you, it will be making a very clear point, that I am getting what I'm getting 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now I'm printing this value, so that's why the none value is coming. Now why I'm getting 0 1 2 3, sorry, 1 2 3 4 5 6, let me just make a point here. See, I am getting 1 because 1 2 3 4 5 6, because this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, right? So each element I am getting and containing inside a list. Now if I say that I am looping through a list that is nums and that is my I, let me just remove it from here so that you should read it more, so that you should have a more readability of the code. Now I am saying that for I in range len nums, that is a very clear point that I will be iterating through a items in the list. Now if I say for j in nums I, what does it mean? It means that the numbers inside I are this, my this, right? Now let me just first of all give the answer to you, then I can just make an explanation that what exactly we have done. Now if I return sum, I will be getting my 21 as an answer. You can see I'm getting 21. So what exactly it is happening here, let me just explain it to you with an example, and in each iteration I will be explaining to you that what is happening. Now let's suppose I take first iteration as an example. First iteration, what is happening now? In the first iteration we are looping through, and which is my I, and in the first iteration it will be going through what, it will be going through this. All right, let's suppose I do not take this. All right, and let's just take this, not this also not, let's just not consider this as well, and let's just consider this loop. What does it do? So what it's doing here is it's just looping I, and these are my I. So in the first iteration I will be equals to 0, in the second iteration I will be equal to 1, and in the third iteration I will be equal to 2. Now in the first iteration, what elements we will be getting here is, let me just put it here and here as well. In the first iteration, what exactly elements we will be having inside I will be this. So these will be having its and in the second iteration it will be like having this, and in the third iteration it will be having 6 inside this. Now you see that what we have got 1 2 3 as a list, and 1 2 4 5 and 6 as my list. Let me just print nums I for you, and you can see that what we have got. Now if I print it for you, you see that we have got 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, exact replica what I have shown to you in the first iteration. This is my second iteration, and this is my third iteration. This is my third iteration, and this is my second iteration. All right, now let's just remove this from here and remove this from here, and you can see it in a more clear manner that in the first iteration I am getting this when I is equals to 0. Let's just not focus on this what is j. Let's just forgot that what I've explained it to you what is j. Let's just focus on this, that what I have done here, right? Let's just focus on this, that what I have done here. Also just forgot that what is sum, right? Just focus on this that if I just print for I in range line nums, what exactly I'll be getting? I'll be getting 1 2 3 4 5 and 7. Now if I write of if now if I just loop for I in j, means j in nums I, which is my first iteration, right? It's my first iteration, and now in the first iteration also we are looping it. So this will be my first iteration, and for I let me just clear it here, for I and for I. Now for in the first iteration only we have to loop through j. So for first iteration for j, now when I is equals to 0 it was 1 2 and 3, right? Now when j, now what exactly here is happening is that I am saying sum plus is equals to sum plus j, right? I am saying it like this. Now what will be happening? Sum is initially 0. Now I am saying that sum is equals to sum plus j, so which means that I am iterating these three elements, right? When I is equals to 0, now it will be 0 plus j. So j will be what? J will be nothing, it will be the elements inside this, so it will be 1. This is my first iteration of j. And second iteration for second iteration of j, second iteration for j, it will be 1 plus 2. Similarly in the third iteration it will be third iteration for j. Third iteration will be what exactly I got? 1 plus 2, so it will be 3 plus 3. So we have got 6. So after I exit the first iteration of I, now it exists, means it exit the first iteration of I. Now we what it is carrying? It is carrying sum is equals to 6. Now it exits the first iteration of I. Now in the second iteration, which means that it has come out of this loop. All right, first it has gone inside this loop, right? It has gone inside this loop, and then it goes inside this loop. It goes inside this loop, and it's keep iterating until it reaches out to num is equals to, sorry, I is equals to what? 3. Now it exits the first this loop. Now it exits the loop. Now it also exits this loop as well. Now it again goes this second iteration, and it checks for which one? It checks for second element. So it will be, now it will be for second iteration of I, and when I is equals to 1, it will be second iteration. Now the exact same thing will be happening here. I just have to mention something here, that I will be copy pasting it here. So let's just copy paste something from here so that we do not have to write it again. Where is my second iteration? Here it is. Now so now right now for first iteration of j, inside the second iteration of I, when I is equals to 1, what sum is carrying here is 6. Now it is not 0 anymore, it is 6, because we have exited the loop and sum is carrying 6 right now. Now it will be adding j. Now j is 4, so it will be adding 4. So let me just write it here, sum here and 6 here, 6 here, and it will be 4 here. Now in the second iteration of j, sum will be 10, and the number here is 4. After 4 it is 5, so we'll be adding 5 here. I hope you have understood this. Now it will be exiting the loop, exiting. Now it again exit the ith loop. All right, which means that this loop has been executed again. Now it will again iterate it because there is one more element inside this. Now it will be again iterating it, and in again iterating means that we have to go through again it go through it again. And right now the sum is equals to now it exits the ith loop with sum is equals to 15. I'm just making these notes so that you can just read it and understand it. All right, and please do read it because that's why I'm making it. All right, now I'll just writing 15 here and then 6 here, and then it will be then, and then it will finally exit every loop because there are no elements left, and since there are only 3 elements, so I is equals to 2. So and it will finally exit every loop and return a sum value. All right, now this will return me with sum is equals to 21. Now this is why we have got 21 as our answer. So you can see that we have got 21 as our answer. So hope you have understood this question, guys. I have made a very clear point here. I have made a very beautiful representation of what is happening in each iteration. You can just read it out and you will be understanding it. I guarantee you, if you read this and try it, first of all you should try it on your own, and I really suggest you that you should try it writing it in your copy and pen. Just write it in your copy with a pen or pencil, anything you wish to. Just write it with me, which means that you should try it without just writing it on the computer. You should see that what is happening in first iteration and what is happening in second iteration, what is happening in third iteration, and then iteration inside iteration what is happening, so that you should have a very better clear understanding of what is happening. When you will do it in your pen copy, you will be just when you will just doing in your copy notebook, I guarantee you that you should be getting a very better clarity of what is happening, and I assure you that you will be having a very better understanding of this question and this nested list. So this was all in the question, guys. I hope you have understood this question. If you have any doubt left, just ask me in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video, and see you next time.